Welcome to No Mentor. We've got hot takes, weird debates, and absolutely zero qualifications. With your host, Ser Judo
and Psychic. Let's get into it. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and leave a comment. You can hear us on all podcast platforms and socials at No Mentor Podcast. Let's get into it.
Yo.
Yo.
Are we live?
We're live.
Is this live?
This
shit?
is live. I don't know if this is live or live shit, but
is it lifelike? Does it
is
mimic
it? I
the
don't
creation
know.
of something?
The creation of one brain symbiotic to a horse? I don't know.
Yeah, like a miniature horse?
Ooh, with a donkey.
Like a donkey, yeah, that's right.
Like a donkey.
Two jackasses. Yeah.
Under one roof. Oh, imagine that. Oof.
Maybe it might be called a donkey zoo. Oh.
Maybe.
Taking it back.
To the year 2012.
2012 was a time. What happened in that time?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit happened?
Oh, shit. Oh, many oh shits happened that year.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so now the culmination of two jackasses under one roof has become
No Mentor.
The No Mentor podcast. I like that. Yeah. The direction that this is going.
Something so like that.
Have we evolved, or are we still jackasses?
Oh, we're still jackasses.
Shit.
We're just learning stuff day by day.
This story is just I don't know. I wanted some progression in the story.
Oh, there's progression. We're both in our 30s, and
wait, man, don't call me out.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. You're 26. My bad.
Yeah, shit. Get it right. Come on now.
Yeah, my bad.
I've progressed from a donkey to a zonkey, you know what a zonkey is?
I progressed from a rhino to a donkey myself, so.
Well, you were a donkey first. You can't.
No, I was a rhino first back in the day, dude.
Yeah, because you were a horny little shit.
A horny little shit? But are rhinos horny?
They got a horn, bro. Yeah, big old horn. Right up front.
Well, no, what I mean is I know they have like a horn, but I don't have a horn myself. I know they have a horn, but I don't have a horny.
Oh, you got a big old snout, right? It's a horn, right?
Actually, I don't have that large of a nose. Unlike my counterpart over here.
The better to smell you with, bro.
Oh, yeah, exactly, right? Especially after a nice, long 12-hour shift.
That's why I'm always like sniffing out the bullshit, because my big old nose.
You're like, oh, yeah, I smell bullshit.
I'm calling people out on their shit because I smell it. Yeah.
Damn right.
Just up in there, man. It's like warm pie through the window, like cartoon character. I'm like, I smell that shit.
Fucking Kyle from fucking South Park.
Sometimes I don't smell that shit, though, because my nose is like pretty clogged half the time. So I feel like I got that nasally ambiance, you know?
Hell yeah.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah. Ambiance?
Is it ambiance or ambiance?
I would say it's ambiance.
Okay. But it is an A, right?
I think so. Is it? No. Or is it an O?
I think it's an A. I don't know. Who knows? I can't spell. I live in Kentucky. I mean, I'm not required to spell through, my citizenship. And
that's an ignorant statement right there. That's ignorant.
Damn, I can spell Mountain Dew. It's MT.do. See?
I can't even spell ALH.
Nobody can spell L8. That's the problem.
Like,
you just drink it.
Apparently, and then you give the bottle back and get your 2 cents refund.
I don't think you can do that anymore. I think COVID kind of killed non-returnable products, like all these yeah.
That's bizarre, though, isn't it? Well, I guess not. I mean,
no, people touch it, and it's tainted after that, and I guess they don't have a what's it called? when
Like
you
a
clean.
sanitation
Yeah,
process.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure they do. I'm just trying to make a joke, but yeah, I don't think you can get your money back on the non-returnables. I don't even think they make those anymore. The big tall guys.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's what was cool. Like the original Coke bottle.
Yeah, you'd like kind of like the milkman, right? You would just
Yeah,
return the tall glass and the six pack.
yeah, exactly. And if the milkman dropped by your house while
I
you were
think
at work,
a lot of things happened during COVID. You non-returnable bottles, non-returnable girlfriends, like it just shit got crazy, man. But
non-returnable everything.
yeah,
I mean,
2025, right? It's 2025. That's nuts, dude. Like COVID was 5 years ago.
and it ended like last year.
Yeah, yeah, and it just
Depending on
ended.
what state you lived in, like I think it was like 2022. Arizona was like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do
I
our own
mean,
thing."
I think mentally, since I was a child, I've always been in COVID mind because I've always avoided people. So that didn't really change for me.
No,
I always tried to avoid the
uh,
crowd.
yeah, that. But I think when for me it was when they told me I couldn't do something, is when
You
I'm
wanted
like,
to do
"Fuck,
it
I yeah,
more.
yeah, exactly." That's why.
It's like
So
taboo, right? Like when you're
yeah,
told not to do something, you're gonna do it more.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, and it's whether you agree with it or not. But let's see. Okay, so
What's
what is
up?
it? 4 days ago, we got a
Yeah,
new president. So this
yeah,
is a whole new era, I guess you would say.
yeah. You could
Uh,
say that.
new whole new year.
Hmm.
Let's hope for a better year, I guess, right?
New year, new me. Is that real or is that
Dude,
pseudoscience?
I say that. I say new day, a new me. So I don't know.
That's
I can't.
cool. Like taking it day by day. I like that stride.
I have to
Slow
like
and steady wins the race.
turtle, dude. Turtle time. Like no rabbit, dude.
No,
I'm not rabbit or cheddar.
no,
I'm
no rabbit.
turtle.
I'm like Cheddar Bob. I'm shooting myself.
Shooting yourself in the fucking knee.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, brother.
What was 8 Mile based on a true story? Like fully or no? Like did that really happen?
Yeah, they they
He really
actually
shot
just did.
himself.
I believe so. But what was interesting is because I was just watching something and they had the real live Cheddar Bob
Yeah.
interview like a couple of weeks ago.
So there was a real counterpart to that
Yeah,
character.
yeah,
Wow. Wow. Okay.
which is crazy. And he looks like Cheddar Bob. Let me just tell you,
Straight up,
a
same aesthetic.
same, yeah. Like he's 55, still rapping and doing shows,
Oh, he
and
raps.
oh yeah, he's been rapping forever.
Yeah,
Apparently, yeah,
they all kind of did the rap thing, right?
yeah.
Or
They all
no?
did the battle thing, but I mean,
Huh?
if you're not at the caliber of Eminem, you can't be rapping when you're 55 and a white dude. Sorry, it's just
No, it doesn't work.
I.
Yeah.
I mean, who's for? Who's 40 that's still rapping? You got Adam Calhoun, you got Yellow Wolf, you got Ritz. They're all in their 40s. Jelly
Paul
Roll,
Wall.
Paul Wall,
Yeah.
but very few select can actually be like we got Bubba Sparks. So I guess you got a lot of people over 40 that are still rapping,
Yeah, but
but
they
it's a
were well, they didn't start like that. Kind of like
they're
they
still
were.
they've been rapping for 30 plus years and they're
Yeah, they
still
started
somewhat
early.
relevant, I guess.
Is
Relevance.
Vanilla Ice rapping?
Oh hell no.
He does the home repair, right?
He does
That
that. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
he does.
that's pretty fruitful. That's smart on his part to
Yeah.
like capitalize on a career that you can't keep going and recreate it into like another field of life.
Yeah.
Like
Like
that's smart, man.
he does real estate investment. He does like you
Genius, dude.
he yeah, development. Yeah. He does some crazy shit. Like and he still gets paid off of
He had
that.
his own TV show too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like he entrepreneurial 100%. Like that dude, yeah. He's something, dude.
You either become the entrepreneur or you become the manure. Hey.
So we're manure.
Yeah, I am a piece of shit. You're right.
Hey, you know
Thanks.
what? I never called you a piece of shit. You called yourself a piece of shit.
That's a
I'm
big old.
talking to
This big old snout smells it, and I'm just a piece. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't you love it though?
Nah, I just like to self-deprecate. Apparently,
We all do, dude. I think that's just that's That's one of our bad traits.
Self-defecate, so like shit on yourself. Is that a new thing? Can I make that a new thing? Or
Not if
no?
you're trying to get a girlfriend or a wife in the future.
Yeah, I mean, no depends over here.
Incontinence, incontinence is not a good look when you're a 40-year-old white guy that's single, unless
40
you're
years old. What?
okay.
Where are you going with this, bro?
Because by the time you do what you need to do, you'll be 40 before you're married.
Shut the front door, dude. Yeah, it's always like, when I get this done, I'll have a girlfriend. Like, yeah, I know, I
Yeah,
know.
like bullshit. We're just saying shit so we can just prolong.
Prolong the like
Yeah, prolong the fucking
bachelor bullshit.
because we're too immature to actually find somebody.
I'm gonna get a girlfriend next week, and just to prove you wrong, and then regret it.
You can definitely get a girlfriend. I have no disputing that.
Thanks. Well, at
I
least
know
there's
you can
that.
do that, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
But
try to not follow trend,
fucking trends.
Try to
This
do
is
my own thing.
this is a whole new era, baby. This is
Yeah.
area. This is area. This is an era about podcasts and bitches.
Podcasting bitches. This is the new rap track.
Uh, Dude, that'd be dope. Circa,
Podcasting bitches.
Rage Syndicate, circa 2012 into 2025. Podcasts and bitches, baby. Podcasts and bitches, baby. Podcasts and
Hey,
bitches.
it's got a nice ring to it, kind of. Yeah, we can run it. We can run it.
Seriously. But dude, like speaking of that,
Yeah.
the fucking whole OnlyFans battle, you know?
Oh yeah. What are you talking about?
The what is her name? Bonnie Blue and
Oh
what's the
yeah,
other chick's name?
Bonnie Blue and Lily
Lily
Phillips.
Phillips. Yeah,
Yeah.
aren't they having some like huge beef right now on the internet or the interwebs, whatever you call them?
I mean, this is like this might be a rumor that is just popping up. Like, I don't know if it's factual, but yeah, I guess Bonnie Blue. She had an interview, and the interview person was like, hang on, let me turn my phone off. The interview person was like, yeah, so what's this about Lily Phillips? So you guys are doing like the same thing. And I guess Bonnie Blue got really pissed off about it and was like, don't compare me to her, da 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 da. Like, I'm doing my own thing, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I don't know.
These OnlyFans ladies are going hard in the paint. I don't know, man. It's
Oh well,
something.
it's like, I mean, does it? You kind of, it's not. Is it really even OnlyFans at this point, or is it like?
It's
uh
I think it's reality.
No, what I mean though is like, I don't even know if anybody knows who we're talking about. So maybe you want to give like a little bit of clarification on who these people are, because
So
I feel like unless you're like a shithead or you
true.
have some kind of
Yes.
you're privy to it at all, like you're not gonna know.
Yeah, so basically what it is two chicks that have OnlyFans accounts that are trying to, what would you say, um,
Break.
procreate with a whole bunch of different men and having a battle between who can sleep with the most.
Yeah, it's like the sex Olympics.
There you go. There you go. And yes, I was the one that brought this up, so y'all can hate me later, but we have to start somewhere.
No, it's fine. It's a good subject, I think. But no, like, but what I was saying is it even OnlyFans anymore, or is it like beyond that? Because these two ladies are trying to sleep with as many men as they can in one day or in so many hours. So, like, does that go beyond OnlyFans, and does that breach into like what is like what can and can't happen, like Guinness Book of World Records, kind of
I think it's a slippery slope.
slippery slope indeed, my friend.
It's just
Actually, if you're trying to sleep as many men as you can in one day, I don't think anything's slippery, right?
right? But
Unless you're
dude, that
sponsored by KY Jelly
Astroglide
or Astroglide. Like,
make it
somebody's got to
really
be held.
sticky.
I don't think anybody has that much spit to go around. You know what I mean? But if you got like a bajillion dudes,
Call
then
P Diddy, baby.
call Diddy. Is that what you
I
said?
said, call me Diddy, baby.
Yeah,
Call
call
him up at
Diddy.
call him in Manhattan prison and be like, yo, dude, I'm striving for some. I'm fixing
I'm
for
hard up.
some.
I'm
I'm
hard
hard
up
up
for.
on some baby oil, baby.
You say hard up around him, he's gonna be escaping that prison, bro. He's gonna
Right?
just
Oh, he's a
tell him your name is Bieber, and he's just on you. But
seriously.
what man, 2024 was crazy. Diddy, like all the crazy shit that was going on, like I can't even tell you. Like there's so many people that died too. Like 2024 was like a bad juju. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Like
what?
speaking of Puff Daddy, P Diddy, Mr. Sean Combs.
Yeah, he's got like 20
Miss,
names, so just pick one.
seriously,
He'll have a new name after he gets out on witness protection.
seriously, right?
It'll be like Gerald Franklin or something.
Gerald Franklin. He's
Two
gonna.
first names.
His ass is already freaking liquidated all his assets, and it's in a Bitcoin off of fucking in the Bahamas or something. So when
Yep.
he gets out, he can just become like Joseph Morales or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, liquid's a good term. He's really liquidating a lot of things right now.
Except
So
his
what
own.
he's selling all his assets and stuff?
No, I'm sure. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I'm just saying that just to be a shithead. I doubt that. I mean,
I mean, is it true, you think? Like all the things that have said against him? Or is that just too much of a deep dive?
oh, we don't have deep dives. We have deep dives in here. We're a
Well,
go
we've
getter.
already been on two deep dive
Oh no, we're always on
subjects.
deep dives. Fuck that. Once we get into it, we're getting into it, baby. This is long. This is long form content.
um, man, all the sexual innuendos are just out there today. Long form content. All right. Liquidation. All right. Deep dive. All right. Yeah.
And I don't even mean to do it. I'm just
It's just your brain,
it's
man.
just my
It's
brain, brother. It's just my brain. I can't
two
talk like this around normal people,
two oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm probably not normal, you're right. Two jackasses under one roof. I
I
mean,
mean, something like that. But no, honestly, with him,
yeah,
I think it's probably been going on a while. Like I'm
yeah,
pretty sure these what they call freak off orgies, whatever the fuck they are.
yeah,
I know they're. I'm sure. I can guarantee you they're happening. I can guarantee there's prostitutes and drugs involved,
yeah.
but they're adults,
Have
in
you
my
seen
opinion.
oh, so you think it's fair play sort of?
To a certain extent, yeah.
I think
Like
that's the thing though, is like some were being controlled against their will. I don't know, where it was kind of like
well,
bribery, I think.
or blackmail
Yeah,
or stuff like that. My thing is like, let's say you go to the party and there's drugs all around. I
yeah.
don't think there's anybody there with a gun to your head saying you need to snort this or you need to
You
drink
think
this.
common sense should kick
Yes,
in?
I do. I do. But again, I'm not at the party, so I don't know.
I think that works for everybody unless they're underage because so
And
easily
that's where it
influenced.
cuts. And that's where it cuts. And that's where it should be a cutoff right there. And anybody involved with that shit needs to be
I mean,
taken.
you remember his TV show Making the Band? You remember Danity Kane?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he was so aggressive during that show. You got to wonder like if there was a lot of bribery being put
Yeah.
out then.
Yeah, I bet you. I mean, I think there's always been he's always been so narcissistic and so
Aggressive.
just out there and aggressive and having anger issues just from the outside. Like we don't know what he looks like just a regular dude at home. We just see what he's like outside
Yeah.
in Celebrityville, and he is. It looks bad,
Yeah,
but
it looks
and then
terrible.
if you got the feds that won't give you bail, and you're a
Yeah,
billionaire,
then something's up. They got
something's up.
some pretty incriminating stuff is what you're saying.
Exactly. And because, the feds just don't like roll out.
Yeah, it's crazy because even like, because I'm a true crime fiend. Even like people who murder people get out on bail for a little bit.
Yeah.
So for him to not get a bail is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and I think I mean, it's still going on, but every day it seems like there's another lawsuit.
Yeah, man.
And so I really don't know, but, Young Thug got out.
Yeah, that's great.
The
I'm actually
longest, I think it was the longest running court case in Georgia history.
it became like a sitcom though. Like I don't know about you, but like I'd see clips on TikTok of the case, and they're listening to his songs in there, and he's dancing with his not dancing, but he's like shoulder shrugging to his music with his lawyer. It just became like it ran so long, it became goofy. You know, it became less serious.
Yeah.
Like it was like a
Well,
sitcom.
yeah. I mean, but when you're in a way, if you're there, you've already been in jail for like a year and a half, or I don't even know how long he
He
was
had a
in
lot
jail.
of time served. Yeah,
Yeah, like 3 years or something, right?
yeah, something
I
crazy.
mean,
Yeah,
if you're thinking you're going to jail for the rest of your life, prison for the rest of your life, and you're not getting out,
yeah,
I mean, if you have that in your mindset, or you're gonna rock out to some music.
yeah. I
I
mean,
get,
I
I
would
would,
hope that he probably wouldn't have the mindset of
yeah,
not getting out. I would
yeah,
imagine he would be super hopeful that he'd get
yeah,
out
yeah.
if you're
Yeah, I
innocent. You
guess
know.
I get that point. I get that point too. I understand that point too because you want to be as positive as possible.
Yeah,
But I mean, I guess they were state charges, and you're more likely to get off with the state than with the feds.
yeah.
So, but he's actually, from what I've been reading, he's in the studio with Metro Boomin. They're working on a
Really.
new album. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think he's come out with anything since.
No.
I think he has come out with stuff since court, but it's been old stuff. What Spotify does a lot of the time is it takes a lot of their mixtapes and a lot of their old stuff that was predated Spotify, and they'll re-release it on Spotify, and you'll see that a lot on artists, which is
Huh.
kind of confusing, but it does happen. Like you'll be like, I don't know if you know much about Spotify.
Not really.
So basically, what Spotify does, and this is one of the reasons I like Spotify and I'll vouch for it, is they have New Music Friday. So every Friday, they do like a full playlist of everything new that's come out. Like not full albums on the mix, but like songs from it. And like you'll get on there and you'll be like, oh, a new Young Thug song, sweet. You go click on it, you realize it's an old song, and then you go to his page and you see that it's from an old mixtape. Um,
So basically, it's newly updated in that playlist for that week. Is that basically how they're trying to
y-
get you?
y- uh, Usually that playlist is actual new music, but if it's a new release on Spotify, it'll pull to that mix. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
essentially. Even
Okay.
if it's old.
Even if it's
But
okay.
you got to think though, you got a lot of younger generation getting on to Spotify and music, so they might not have heard that. And you know, I haven't heard every old mixtape by Young Thug, so sure I'll listen to it if I see it, you know.
Yeah.
Granted, I think more of his newer music's better than his older music, but actually I'm not going to say that cuz Barter 6 was great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I haven't thought of the last mixtape I've listened to was
But this
Yop
was an album. Like Barter 6 was an actual
was an
album.
album. Okay.
Yeah, so
Because
album quality.
yeah, with I don't know what the term of mixtapes are anymore. Like I don't know if they even exist
They're just
or
they're I don't think they exist. They're EPs now. It's like
yeah.
4 song EPs. Not really
That's yeah.
you don't really call it a mixtape. The mixtape days was like
2000 to 2007.
yeah, and you can disagree or agree with me, but I think the king of mixtapes was Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Easily, No
Oh, there.
Ceilings mixtapes. Both of those are amazing in my
Yeah.
opinion.
He's
He took every other artist beat and went over it, did his own thing on it, and I thought that was great. Do you
yeah.
remember like the Dat Piff era, like all that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There
Yeah.
used to be a website I used to get mixed. Like, dude, like I've been a hip hop head since I was in elementary school. So, like, there used to be a website, and I can't remember the name. It was like mixtapes.com or something. Not mixtapes.com, but it was something similar to that. It had mixtapes in the name. And I used to go there like weekly and look for new stuff that would drop. Like, that's how infatuated I was with hip hop.
Huh.
And Lil Wayne he always had a new mixtape. Like it seemed like almost like bi-weekly he had a new mixtape. It was insane. And I was like, how can you have this much content? Like, are you barreling it up and like in the studio for 12 hours a day, just
Yeah.
song after song
He
after
does like
song?
16 hours a day of recording.
It was
I've seen him
crazy.
in video. I've seen him in interviews where he doesn't he they somebody at the interviewer will ask him, what do you listen to? He's like, I don't
Oh,
listen to
himself.
anybody
Yeah,
but me.
yeah. I heard that. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like
like
yeah,
nobody,
yeah, like
me,
yeah.
because he doesn't want to compare himself, and he wants to just compare himself to himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, but sometimes I don't know. I
That
guess
that's got to be a lie. I mean,
yeah,
you got to be listening to something. You wouldn't
something.
know music if you didn't hear
It,
music. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly,
And
exactly,
how would you stay relevant? I mean, he speaks about vans, skateboarding. He speaks about pop culture. How would you know anything if you weren't listening to things? You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
Like there's a certain sound that listeners look for, and that changes with age and that changes with generations. So how do you stay relevant if you're not listening to your contemporaries? You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly.
Especially if an artist that I don't know if Lil Wayne ever reaches out to a certain artist. I feel like they reach out to him, but he has features, right? So how would you, or if you jumped on another song that an artist asked for a feature from you, how would you know what relative? How would you know what is relevant to speak about if you weren't paying attention? Like an example, Tyga just came out with a song with him called "Pop Off." He's a feature on that song. Like you have to know what to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do. So I'm assuming that in his case, he's getting the shit off of his phone. I mean,
I don't know. I
I
don't.
would assume. I mean,
I
as
know he
far
needs
as
to. I know he needs to progress in the skateboarding world. No hate on Wayne, but like he's been skateboarding since fuck man, like
2005,
pretty good while now. Yeah, yeah, since like his rock album basically, which dude, that rock album
2000.
was actually
I
good in
liked
my
it.
opinion.
I liked, honestly, I really enjoyed that
Prom
album.
Queen, that
Prom
song's
Queen.
dope.
Oh my God, yeah.
but
White Owl, dude. Oh fuck yeah.
but like so he's basically if you watch footage today of him skating he's still got that like that slow geriatric slide like he's just not quick with it, and no
Hey,
offense, I think it's cool that he's doing it,
yeah.
but he's progressing at his own pace, and I mean that very, very heavy when I say that.
You know, I wanted to have the balls. I could never ride a skateboard.
No
Like,
offense to him, I mean no
no, no,
shade.
not at all. No, I mean, because he can out rap both of us 10 times over.
Probably do a lot of things better than me, but
Well,
I don't
you
know.
know, you never went to prison, so you got one over
True.
on him. So,
Which
not
that
that.
doesn't even exist anymore, right? Is it Rikers you
No,
went to?
yeah, yeah. It was. He got pardoned years
But
ago.
but that doesn't exist though, right? Rikers
I don't.
Island is not a thing anymore.
I'm not sure. I'm really
So
not.
what was it? I was listening to this podcast. I want to say it was Rogan, maybe I can't remember, but uh, something like prisoners were escaping and swimming back to the mainland from the island and surviving, and because there's sharks in the water, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's a crazy thought to be like, I'm going to swim to the main island from this island, but like a shark's going to eat you. But I mean, if you're in prison, you don't give a fuck, right? Like you're going down anyways. But yeah, I think that's why they closed it. I think it's just a tourist site now. I don't think that they send prisoners there anymore,
huh?
which is crazy, right? That like there was a guy, can't remember his name, and they were talking about this. A guy was trying to see how many laps he could do from the main continent to the island back and forth. Like, what crazy man would do that? Because, like I said, there's sharks, dude.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I guess one of the reasons why they shut it down though was because of violence. They had like more deaths than like in 1 year than like ever or something. It's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, it was bad. I mean, I don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
It's basically, I don't know if it is a real thing still. Huh. I don't know. I would have to, this would be something I'd have to Google. Uh, yeah, I can't find any information just from when I type in swimmer in Rikers Island, for some reason I get like Redbubble customized T-shirts.
So the jail will actually be um is so the jail is agreed to close the jail complex by 26 and open up 4 new jails at a cost of $8.7 billion. at a later date. Holy moly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm talking just out of my ass. I don't know, but
No, it's been in a lot of news late. The last, I mean, it's been in the news for years, but recently
huh,
about it closing. But who knows?
I don't know. Still crazy though.
Something like that. It is. It's
So yeah, you didn't. So along with you did, you might want to plug. So we tried to do this episode before, and you were just plugging the shit out of your podcast. Let's hear about that. How's that going for you? Now that this is kind of like me interviewing you a little bit.
I
So
like that. That's fun.
yeah,
I like that.
how is your new podcast? What's the name?
The Mind is Psychic at
And
the Mind is Psychic podcast on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
well versed, this man.
Something like that, brother.
So what's going on with your podcast? How
Well,
is it like? What's the premise and all that?
so what I'm working on, I've been in like doing a lot of like recovery and addiction style episodes. I really haven't got into the music part or the culture part just yet because I wanted to focus more on, my recovery and addiction, mental health. So the next couple of episodes I'll be working on the mental health aspect
Yeah,
and that sort of thing. But I'm trying to gradually, slowly but surely go in, do like maybe like a season of this, do like a 3 or 4 episode of this particular subject, and then 3 or 4 on this, and just like do it like
yeah.
that.
I like that actually. I like the season idea. That's cool.
Yeah, just as but they'll all be on like different, there'll be it still be a numerical code like 1, 2, 3, and 4,
Yeah.
but just something different to mix it up. But right now I'm on that recovery and mental illness thing right now on that road.
Huh.
Yeah, I just finished up an episode a couple hours ago actually. So that's
Huh.
that was more fun than I thought it would be
Yeah.
because I was telling the story. So that was fun. That
Y-
was I
Yeah, I
like that.
think I like the stories. I like story time because that because that is the essence of an individual.
Yeah.
Like so, like I don't know, you anybody can get on Google and type in symptoms and resolutions and all the stuff that they can type in for addiction and therapy and all that stuff. But I think like the stories are what really give it some depth because you know you need it personal experience, right? You can't. There's no AI in an addiction.
No, there's no AI in addiction. There's no um oh, I know what you're talking about type deal from somebody that's not a peer
Doesn't
or
know.
has an understanding. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like you don't want if you're in I always use this example. If you're an addict and you're going through a mental breakdown, you want to gravitate towards somebody that's aware of what you're going through
Hmm.
instead of like a psychiatrist that's been rich his whole life and graduated from Harvard.
And that's like just using you as like a guinea pig, like pricking and prodding you.
That and you're not getting the same. I think, and I can show that I can say this for myself with different therapists I've seen. There, I don't get like I mean, I don't get the feeling of like they understand me.
Hmm.
So that's how I felt until I actually like saw just talk to a regular person that's been in that situation almost like a peer.
You think that's why like group therapies are so important?
I think that's why they're important. I think that that's why they work. It's very, yeah, yes, definitely.
Yeah, because like I said, I think the stories give depth to that side of life. So, what's your contribution with your podcast? You think,
I'm doing it more for
or
like
is this not even like a crowd thing? It's more of just an internal thing for you.
it's an internal thing. It makes me feel because I've always loved doing that mixing, being around audio and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it gives me a sense of pride, and it's better than just chilling at home doing nothing and watching TV. Like,
Yeah.
so I've always loved doing that. And I'm like, I can finally get this done. So I spent, um, I've wanted to do this for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So, um,
Just
I'm like,
building up.
just, yeah, like finally sit down and actually do it. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm doing it basically for me.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like I posted minimally to like all my personal platforms, but like, I mean, I've already had like a lot of my friends reach out and they were like, dude, this is good.
Yeah, that's dope.
So yeah, so and I'm just trying to learn episode by episode to see, always try to improve and stuff like that. I'm so still focused on the recording of it and the
Yeah.
sound more than, not saying more than the content, but once
You
I
want
get that down, I can fully go in to mo- to the actual content.
yeah, you want quality,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what, slowly but surely, it's one of those things. But eventually, I mean, I hope eventually to just, you know get it out there, because I mean, I think I have a lot of good insight. I'm, like I said, I'm in the field,
Yeah.
so I know a lot about it, and it's important to me. It's very important to me.
Yeah. So if I could kind of play off that, what do you think no mentor stands for?
What do I think about no mentor stands for? I
Yeah.
think it has to do with us as little kids not having father figures.
Yeah. My dad sort of dipped pretty early. I mean, yeah.
And my dad was my parents were married. My dad was in the picture physically, but emotionally and mentally, he was doing his own thing. So there
Yeah.
wasn't that, that
Kind of like a double
growing,
life sort of deal, kind of.
in a way, like, he was either doing drugs, drinking, staying away in the garage doing stuff, and that's when he was actually working. But when he was like just doing, he was very selfish, and
Mm,
I don't blame him. I just don't think he was able to be a father. He tried at the very end of his life. He really tried. So I
yeah.
give him credit for that. But during my adolescence and stuff, like when you're a kid and you need that figure,
Yeah.
it was my mom. Bottom
He
line, it was my mom.
young. Well, he was a young father, right?
No, he was 36 when he had me.
Oh,
He was
okay.
old, but
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like mentally, I don't think he could, his his emotions, I don't think he could be a father. Like
Like get
a
it together the way he
like
needed to.
exactly, like, yeah, like actually, like, not be so selfish
Oh.
and raise me.
What do you think's worse, to be a young father and kind of not know anything about it at all and just go in blank, or to be older, be an older father and kind of know the difference because you've seen it, but still have went so many years living selfishly that you don't really can't get it together. You know what I mean? Like
I
what do you think's, or do you think they're both to their own?
I
It's
think they're both
subjective.
to their own, but it doesn't. I really don't think you can have a kid at 18 or you can have a kid at 40. If you don't have kids, you don't know what it's going to be like.
True.
So that could be one of those things where, I mean, I've asked my other friends that have children and have a family, and it's just something switches on. It's
Yeah,
something in the brain that switches on, and it's
like
like,
instinctual, right?
yes, instinctual.
You
And
think some. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, and that's why I've always been afraid of kids. Like
Mhm.
me personally having a kid,
Yeah.
because there's so much responsibility, and I, you know, I've been so selfish my entire life. But
So you think some people have that piece in their brain and some people don't when it comes to like kind of nurturing and that element of being a father?
I think, but I also think if you do become a father and you work hard at it,
You can get it.
I think you can, but you have to have that love and that compassion.
True. Yeah.
And that's what I think my dad, um, that was one of his failures. And that wasn't even like him necessarily. That was just how he was
Wired.
wired. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see that in me,
Yeah. You'll
but
have
I don't
moments.
have kids. So,
So you like that. Yeah, I get it. I mean, that could be a reason to be nervous to take a step and stuff. Yeah.
and I've always been like, I've always had that thing where that thought that I know how I grew up and I never want that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to, I have, I need to have X amount of dollars. I need to have this. I need to have that. I need to have all that set up before I even think about it. But in reality, it's not going to happen like that. Like,
Right.
it's not going to happen like that. You either need to basically shit or get off the pot. I
Well,
mean,
I mean, yeah, yeah, I mean, with age, you kind of are, you're in a time frame for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I
I
think
mean,
that you shouldn't force that if you are kind of aging out. But I don't know, life doesn't really give you choices sometimes, right?
that and the question is do I believe in the essence of having children, having a family, and leaving something good in the world.
Right. When the
But
world's kind of shit right now.
we can make it better. So
True. Yeah.
if you have that in mind, I think that's what will help, you know, moving on, helping people in the next generations and so on.
I think
So
perspective is just literally everything with every subject of anything. Like,
yes, very much.
I'm not even talking about mentorship or fatherhood. I'm just talking about perspective goes a long way in in a lot of aspects in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can never just read a book and think you know everything.
No, I tried. What's that? Oh man, what is the book? Oh, dude, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna have to get in my cabinet or something and look this up. Yeah, dude. So there's a book, and I recommend this book. This book is great, but it's the subtle art of ugh, I can't speak. It's the name of the book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and it's by Mark Manson. And I would recommend this book. It's kind of like a counterintuitive way to look at life and like shift your perspective. But like spoiler alert, sort of. The book isn't about like not giving a fuck. That it's actually the opposite. The book is about giving a fuck, but the way that it's presented in this like rebellious notion of who cares what this person says or who cares about this. My happiness is my happiness. Like I shouldn't be let it sway by others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the essence about the book is sounds like I'm going on a tangent, but this book is great. But anyways, the essence about the book is like it's not about not giving a fuck. It's about limiting the amount of fucks you do give because you're going to exhaust yourself if you're constantly pandering to everybody and one thing. So you're only limited to how much response you give people. And it's kind of like an energy thing, right? Like
Yeah.
don't exude all your energy or you're going to burn out, right? Your flame's just going to decrease and you're just going to be depressed and unmotivated if you're constantly, you know, appeasing everybody. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
I'd recommend it. It's probably should be in an Amazon wish list for some people, but shouts out to Mark Manson.
keep reading, people. Keep
Yeah,
reading.
that's kind of like dying. I feel like, and I hate to say that because I mean, a lot of people go with the audio format. I think you can get the audio book, but did you count that as reading
No,
audiobooks?
no.
You don't.
I don't personally because I can listen to it, but the way I want to learn is I have to read, like
Like to ingest it or
to
whatever?
ingest it, to understand it. Like listening to something is not,
Doesn't
for me, is not
doesn't
going,
tra-
it doesn't translate.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It doesn't translate
Yeah.
directly to your soul, kind
Yeah.
of.
Like, and there's these apps now where you can do micro reading or micro learning. Now,
Yeah.
that might be something a little bit different because they're like, it's almost like a clip version, cliff notes, if you will.
What is that about?
You can
Like, is it
read. it's like mini learning. So you
Mm.
read like snippets, like 15-minute snippets of
Kind of
something.
like the guts of something, kind of.
Yes, exactly. And that's how you
Okay.
get like you learn like I mean, there's a whole bunch of, it's
So
no
we don't
matter
have
what
to
subject.
read. We don't have to fully read Mark Twain. We can just get the guts.
Pretty much it's almost like that. Yeah. So I
That's
think it's a
cool.
good yeah, I think it's a good idea. But of course, everything costs money and it's like
Yeah.
25 bucks a month.
Damn.
But yeah, I was actually reading on Kindle. There was I've been reading a whole bunch of business books,
Oh,
but
nice.
the last one was about credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and about, just an overall, like an A to Z plan of how to do things, what's good on your report, yada yada yada. So, I try to like stay I really enjoy reading those type of books. So, that's what I do.
Have you read a 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss? I think I'm
I have
saying that
not.
right. You should look into that. I won't say anything else about it. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it later in another episode, but
Yeah.
you should read that. Like, it's like a thought provoking book, kind of like about like how we're working too much as people, and we're giving too much of ourselves to corporations and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say it's like hippie or woke or anything, but I don't know. It's interesting. It'll
Some
change your
people, yeah, well, some people love to work and some people just don't, they want to live their life.
yeah.
But don't expect to just live your life and
I'll plead the
expect
fifth.
everybody to give you something. If you
Yeah, you
want
have
to
to contribute to something. I mean,
exactly. You
you
can't
can't just
just yeah, we don't live in a communist fucking state country. So, well,
dude. Man, I hate to be negative or negative Nancy, but I'm on Snapchat, which I need to delete Snapchat. I'm too old for Snapchat, but on Snapchat, you know how it's got like a for you page now? Everything has a for you page. Instagram, TikTok, all of it, right?
oh, Snapchat has that too?
Yeah, Snapchat has it. So
Hmm.
there's this girl, and we've talked about this in like off a podcast, but in real life, conversations. The Sophie Rain girl, I think it's how you say her name.
Yes.
Whatever, the girl that made like 44 million or whatever the fuck she made,
Yeah.
just doing nothing, just existing and being pretty. Um, I mean, no shade, but whatever. Yeah, so she posted on her story, and she's like, one of her pictures said, "Now that TikTok's down, what will I do?" And then you click the next picture, and it says, "Think I'll get a real job?" with like a smiley emoji. And I'm just like, man, like
To
I'm
think of
not. It doesn't anger me, but it's kind of like, come on,
annoying.
dude. It's like you're like 19. Come on, what the?
Yeah, like uh,
I don't know. It just seemed like a backhanded. And she might have just been trolling. It might have been sarcasm. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much
maybe
into
she's
it.
just young.
Young and dumb.
I yeah. I mean, this
It
isn't
just
the one
seemed.
that's a virgin, right? Or that claims to be the
Yeah,
virgin?
same one. Yeah, same one. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We need some fact checkers. Fact checkers are listening to this. Can we get a
Fact check on that. Like,
see if she is a virgin? Because there's no way in fuck she's a virgin. I'm sorry.
well, there's different types of virgins.
I mean, you talking about like brain virginity? She just hasn't like had her like education cherry popped. Is that what you're
Sure,
talking about?
sure. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it just sounded it just read wrong
It,
to me. I just
it,
maybe I just woke up in a pissed mood because I had to work and she doesn't.
oh, she's working all right.
I yeah.
She's going to be working for the rest of her life because when she decides to have children, if she wants, or a family,
I think she's one of the safe ones though. I don't. There's not a lot of dirty stuff out there like for her.
it,
Another crazy thing about her, it feels weird to be in your like at the age I am and complaining about a 19-year-old's life. That feels very weird. But anyways, like this is how I know I need to delete social media again. But she so like during when TikTok was going on before the ban, I mean now it's still going on, but before the ban, like kind of like a month or two ago, she gathered genius on her marketing department's part or her whatever business that I don't know. It's genius, but she grabbed like all the other content creators that are females who are doing dancing and attractive stuff, groups them together. They rent out some big old house in Cali, and they call it the Bop House.
Oh, she's that part of that crew. Because I've
Yeah,
heard of
she
that house, the Bob
the
House.
yeah, yeah. I think we talked about this before.
I
Like
we might have. I'm sure we did,
what a
but
bop is, you know.
uh, yeah.
Like it's a derogatory term though, like a bop, you know. Like
Uh,
it's kind of like a hoe, you know.
OnlyFans hoe.
I mean, what does bop say on Urban Dictionary?
I
I might have to look this up.
You're a better keyboardist than I am, sir.
Um, bop used to reference a good song. Okay, that's not it. But it says a name to a female who gives
Yes.
blank to anyone.
Okay.
They call them a bop because they give blank to anybody.
Okay. Well.
And the sentence for an example says, "That little bop was messing with my man last night."
Okay. Hey, you know what? To each his own, I guess. But it's.
Yeah, but yeah, I
But
think it's
is
funny.
it any more of
Well, I feel like
how?
it's full circle because we started this whole episode on Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. So this is
No, yeah, yeah. We're weaving in and out, so to speak.
yeah, I
So
would
we're
say
going back around. But I think it's important to know that you have those. Let's say you have that kind of content creators creation, and then you have the business guys that everybody on Instagram have courses and universities,
yeah.
and
Like,
so which one?
are you feeding your eyeballs?
Yeah, like you got to think they may be showing their. Some people may be thinking, okay, they're
You think it's
amoral.
not. You don't think it's the influencer or the person. You think it's the viewer that has the issue. Like we're
I
fucking
think it's
up.
a little. I think it's a little bit of both. With porn, I believe we were just saturated with it at such a in our generation. We were
Yeah,
like, it was something like we were not saying,
millennial
yeah, like it was the beginning of the internet when we started. That when we were using
man.
computers.
We're so monkey, right? Like monkey minded people that like, dude, person A gets internet. What is what's the first thing you're doing? You know what I mean? Like I
Exactly.
think it's
What's the
just
oldest profession in the world in the history? So
what the oldest profession in the world is that? What are you talking about? Are you
it's
talking about like hand to
goods.
hand combat is the oldest profession in the
No, I'm
world?
talking about ladies of the night. It's a good. It's
Oh
a
fuck!
goods and services, and the first thing you do when you go
I,
on the internet.
I took that like my brain went elsewhere, dude. Oh damn! Two jackasses under one roof, man.
I'm telling you, dude. But
Uh,
no, so you've got to think about it like that. We were basically flushed in it,
that's a good
and
term
then
for it, I guess.
and then over the years, technology came, and then it became just normal. Especially in the United States, it became just a part of
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Especially as a guy,
yeah.
I can only talk from the one
Personal
of two
experience.
genders being a male,
Yeah,
but I can say that we have a different mindset of it than probably a woman does.
mm,
So I
yeah,
and then so where I'm going with that is then you see on the other hand, you see those people, those other influencers that are trying to sell courses and shit. So I'm going to like a morality thing is like, okay,
yeah.
showing your boobs and ass, that you say that's immoral, but what about selling people shit that's not going to work for them? You
Oh,
see where I'm going with
oh,
this? Like,
yeah. You're
who's
saying it.
worse? I'm saying it more as a moral
Ah,
type of thing.
tricky, tricky. That's some brain work. That's different.
So that's how I'm looking at it. Like
Yeah,
as
I like that though.
yeah, like so I do believe in God. I do believe in religion. Okay, let's face it like that.
Okay.
But I'm also not opposed to porn.
Right.
I'm sorry. I mean, that it is what it is.
Yeah.
There's now CP, I think, should be destructed from the face of the fucking earth.
What's CP?
Child
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
CP.
I was like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, I don't want this. This is going on YouTube, so I don't
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah,
I should
yeah.
have told you what that was. I'm sorry. That's my bad for not giving you the heads up.
Abbreviations. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
got you.
but that and sexual assault and stuff like that, that
I
needs to go
I
bye bye.
can add a like a little beep in the edit. I can just beep. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
you
can,
could, or just yeah,
or see if we can test the waters and
yeah.
run it.
Let's test the waters first because all they got to do. But no, I mean, so I think on that aspect, I think it needs to be wiped off the earth.
Yeah,
Same thing with PEDs, same thing with chomos. Like that
yeah,
shit needs to be gone. And I have an eye for an eye on that shit.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
So where
Texas law.
yes, yes. So that's what I believe on that. But also I do think it needs to be I think we need free speech 100% on that
On the
particular on
media
the
side.
we need free is exactly
Well, I mean,
that.
obviously free speech in person, but we're talking about media
Yeah,
landscape.
yes. Now with niche subjects such as porn, such as like OnlyFans, those kind of websites, I think we do need a little bit more security, as in like if you're looking at something and you have to prove that you're 18, so
Yeah,
you have to update, or you have to I have no problem updating my license with the website if I want that content.
yeah.
But I don't want to see a child, because I was what, 10? No, I'm lying. 13 or 14, when it got really when the porn industry on the internet got fucking huge. And I remember running up a $900 bill
Jeez.
on, because remember when you used to have dial up?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
would
I
go
remember
to
that time.
a special website.
You mean the
Yeah,
R2D2 language?
exactly.
Yeah.
And then it would convert the dialing from like your actual.
Yeah, you couldn't use the phone like when somebody
Well,
was
no,
on it.
this is my mom was super cool. We had an internet based line and then and then a regular hard line for the phone.
Oh,
She spent the extra money.
dope.
So
Because a lot of people didn't.
no, she didn't, but she did. Yeah. We did it for a long time. But then when we moved, she saw I was using the internet a lot, especially for like music and stuff. She's like,
Yeah,
we're going to designate an extra line. So, you know, it was
yeah.
that. It was,
It got annoying for sure
yeah.
if you
Oh, yeah,
didn't
totally.
separate
Like,
it.
I'm trying to make a phone call. Get off the internet.
Yeah, yeah. Like, we're
Yeah.
always on the internet. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly. So it was one of those things, but it switched from like the regular number that it would like dial up to, and it would
Yeah,
switch to like a 900 number.
crazy. Okay.
So one day my mom gets the phone bill and it's $950.
Jeez,
She's like,
dude.
"What'd you do?" And I'm like, you gotta lie at first
Yeah,
because
of
you're
course.
embarrassed. You're embarrassed. It's your mom. It's not your dad. And she's like, "What happened? Be honest." And I
It's like,
told her.
oh man, I was just studying giraffes, mom. Long neck, you
She
know.
knows better than that. She knows better than that. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
but no, but that was the thing, was they actually reimbursed her
Really?
because
She got out of it.
yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
she told him, she was like, you know what, he's a
My,
14-year-old kid. He
oh,
didn't
she
know what he was
actually
doing.
like sold you out.
Fuck yeah, for $900
Yeah,
to a
true.
complete
That's
stranger.
how much you're worth. Your secrets are $900.
Hey, you know what? I would totally
You're
like
like, all right, it's fine. That's more treats I can get later. So
seriously, dude. Yeah, she grounded me for like a week too.
shit. I mean, I'd say yeah.
I
Racking
I
up
got off
her.
easy, bro.
Wow, we know you got off easy. You had material for that.
Remember, it was the fucking. It wasn't even videos at that time. It was straight up pictures.
No, yeah,
Slow. Yep,
slow pitchers that came in with 1 pixel at a time.
dude. Now you can freaking download whole 2 gig, 2 gig programs in like 3 minutes, and you
Yeah, the
couldn't even.
internet's crazy.
It is, dude.
I love the internet, like Google Fiber and all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's great.
I need to eventually get something better, especially when we
Seamless.
continue to do this.
We shall continue to do this, but
Oh,
we're
that's what
hitting
I'm
an
hoping.
hour. So do you want to close shop?
Sure.
Yeah. So what's a good marker for a podcast episode? You think an hour's
I think an hour.
sufficient?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
an hour does it.
I dig the hour. That works.
Okay.
All right, man. Was this successful or was this a fail? We don't know.
We
Like
don't know. We
we
don't know.
need somebody who listens to this to say, "Hey, your podcast is trash." But
Any comment, but if you comment, we don't have a problem. If you comment whatever you want. Be a troll.
yeah,
Just subscribe to us and share. That's all we
yeah.
ask.
Share the bullshit. If you
Share
think
it.
this sucks, share it.
Share it because it's one of this is the lighter side of.
I feel like I'm going to say this, and I feel like it's fine. I feel like this kind of feels like a B side to your podcast, and I'm completely okay with that. You know what I mean?
I think I'm not saying I think it's its own thing. It's just
Right.
different because I'm not talking as slow. I'm not
Yeah. I mean,
enunciating.
yours is very therapeutic and very grounded,
And that's what I'm
but I
trying to do.
but I think this could still be like a B side, is you can carry topics from whatever you're doing on your uh, podcast over to here. I think that'd be fine
True. Yeah.
because you're only because on you have a solo podcast. So you're basically taking your solo topics, transitioning it over to here like a B side, and kind of expanding on it with another person. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
see
fair.
that. I think that's a fair assumption. I think that
But I
works.
mean, no grounds, no rules. This is
No.
no mentor, so
Yeah.
we can do whatever floats our boat. We just hit the record and let it go and just
Just
get
let it
into
go,
it, right?
dude. Just let it go, bro.
Yeah, Frozen. Just let it go. Is that the
Just
Frozen thing? Yeah, yeah.
just let it go.
Yeah, the little Disney ice princess who's been
The
invading Kentucky here lately, because that's where I'm sitting, is in
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Oh, good old.
Okay, so
Oh,
give us an outro, bro.
thank you for watching No Mentor.
Listening.
The mostest with the mostest with the mostest with the hostess.
Yeah, no sweets, no cakes in that,
No no cakes.
except for the cake that you were looking on that dial-up point.
No
Just kidding.
cakes. No carbs. Only protein in this.
That's right, man. Yeah, we know about the meat yours. I'll stop. All right, we're out.
We're out. See you
Peace.
next time. Peace.